Hello people, and welcome to 1 versus 100. Ngayong gabi, we gathered 100 people with a single purpose, ang talunin ng ating player and gain their money. Huwag na tayo magpatapik-tapik pa, ano? Let us meet the one na may tsansang manalo ng ₱1,000,000 ngayong gabi. Let us all welcome Miss Bon Arian Palumike.
Hello, good evening.
Ayan, good evening, Miss Arian, no? So, are you ready na ba na talunin sila and win your 1,000,000 pesos?
Oh, I'm more than ready. In fact, nag-prepare ako ng sobra dito. I feel like I can win with my eyes closed.
I like the confidence, eh? So, bago tayo mag-start, let us know more about you muna, Miss Arian. From what I know, so, you're an accountant, di ba?
Yes, actually, nag-work ako as an accountant for 4 years now.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Magiging malaking importanteng aspekto yan ang laro natin tonight. Ayan, bago ulit tayo mag-start, meron ka bang gustong pasalamatan?
First of all, I would like to thank Trisha Oliveros, my friend, and my one and only Bisa Queen. Oh, this is for you, girl.
Oh, that's nice. Kasama mo ba siya ngayon tonight?
Unfortunately, hindi kasi nasa hospital siya getting treated. Pero if I win this, it would be a huge help with her hospital bills.
Oh, that's so sad. Well, I wish you all the luck. And Miss Arian, bago mag-start, one last question for you. Do you think you can beat them or will they beat you?
I will beat them.
Ayan. So, let me explain muna yung mechanics of the game. Each round, you will be given a question. Before you select your answer, the crowd will first individually choose their own answer. If any of the crowd get it wrong, they are knocked out. The more of them you beat, the more you're gonna win. And if you beat them all, you will immediately win ₱1,000,000. And if you get even one question wrong, you will leave with nothing and the remaining crowd will win the money you accumulated.
That will not happen.
Yes, I like that confidence. Without further ado, let's start 1 versus 100. Another thing, aside from giving your own answer, Miss Arian, you have 3 other options pa. You may ask the crowd kung saan one will have the right answer and one will have the wrong one. The next option you have is you may poll the crowd. You will get more information regarding a specific answer. And lastly naman, you may trust the crowd, in which you will choose the answer chosen by the majority of the crowd. So, for our questions tonight will revolve around accounting questions. Since sabi mo nga accountant ka, let us test your knowledge with accounting. I hope you are ready.
More than I could ever be.
Ayan, I like that confidence. So, for 1,000 pesos, here's your first question. Ayan now, Miss Arian, ito na yung first question mo. What does it mean by the effective interest method? Ang choices mo ay A. Comparison of interest income and interest received. B. Interest that is needed to be paid. And letter C. Factors affecting the nature of the interest. Yan, Miss Arian, you may give your answer para sa katanungang ito.
Alam mo, ang perfect kasi actually kaka-attend ko lang ng seminar last week sa Bicol. This was discussed there and I know for sure that the answer will be letter A.
Napaka-coincidental naman. Miss Arian, are you sure with that? Read carefully, ha? It might be a trick question.
Wait, nag-overthink tuloy ako. Yeah, let's go with letter A.
You answered letter A. Let's see the right answer. The correct answer is letter A. Congratulations! Before we proceed with the next question, let us first hear an explanation mula sa ating AI. AI said,
Hello, I am your AI set and I will explain to you the effective interest method.
ayan. For number one question, the correct answer is the comparison between the interest earned and the interest received. First, the effective interest method ay also tinatawag na scientific method. Nire-require lang niya yung comparison between the interest earned or interest income and the interest received. So, ang interest earned, ito ay kung magkano interest ang na-earn ng entity from the amount of either the bond or the equity investment. And the interest received naman ay kung magkano talaga ang interest na natanggap mula dito. By subtracting yung interest earned and yung interest received, we are applying the effective interest method. Yung difference na makukuha natin sa pagsusubtract ng dalawa, nire-represent niya ang premium or discount. Yung carrying amount ng bond investment natin ay initial cost or kung magkano na-acquire yung bond investment. It is gradually increased by periodic amortization of discount or gradually decreased by periodic amortization of premium to be discussed to the following questions. Ayan. Thank you, AI said. Let us see if meron ba sa crowd natin na nagkamali. Oh! 5 sa ating crowd ang nagkamali. So, Miss Arian, you've got a total of 5,000 pesos just for this question. Let us now proceed ngayon sa next question. For 2,000 pesos, here's your question. Ayan, Miss Arian, ito na ang next question mo. An investor bought 1 million pesos face value bonds with 10% interest payable annually. The cost of the bonds is 900,000 pesos and the effective rate is 12%. How much is the interest received by the investor at the end of 1 year? Your choices are A. 0, B. 108,000 pesos. And C. 100,000 pesos. Wow! Ang hirap naman ng tanong na to, Miss Arian. You may take your time muna or pwede mo naman gamitin yung options mo.
Ay, parang ang hirap nga nito. Let me think. Um, I feel like yung answer ay C, pero parang hindi. Okay, let's go with my favorite letter, C.
Wow, ang galing naman. Napaka-bold ng answer. Sure ka na ba, Miss Arian?
Yeah, go. Let's go.
Ayan. You chose letter C. Let's see the correct answer. It is letter C. Congratulations, Miss Arian.
Let's go.
Ngayon, our friendly AI said, can you explain it to us?
Hello, for the question number 2, the correct answer is 100,000 pesos. Interest received ay kung magkano talaga yung interest na na-receive mula sa bond investment. Nakukuha natin ito by multiplying yung nominal rate and the face amount ng ating bond. Mula sa ating given question, ang face amount of the bond is 1 million pesos. And ang nominal rate naman natin ay 10% and that interest is payable annually. By multiplying 1 million by 10%, which is the nominal rate, we get 100,000 pesos. And that 100,000 pesos is the interest that is payable annually through the bond investment.
Nice! Thank you, AI said. Now, tignan natin kung any of our crowd got the question wrong. Oh, 10. 10 sa ating crowd ang nagkamali para sa katanungang ito. Ayan, Miss Arian, you got a total of 20,000 pesos just for this round. Ngayon, meron ka ng 25,000 pesos.
Yes.
Ayan o, huwag na tayo magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Let us now proceed to the next question. For 3,000 pesos, here's your question. Ayan, Miss Arian, ito na yung next na question mo. Mrs. Obligado bought 1 million pesos face value bonds with 12% interest payable annually. It cost her 1,049,740 pesos, a price which will yield an effective interest of 10%. How much is her interest income at the end of 1 year period? Your choices are A, 120,000 pesos, B, 104,974 pesos, and letter C, 137,500 pesos. Ayan. Miss Arian, meron na naman tayong mahirap na question for you. Ano? Take your time bago ka mag-give ng answer.
Ay, computation na naman yung question, pero let me try to solve it first. From what I can remember, interest income is the result of multiplying the carrying cost with the effective rate given. So, for this question, I'll go for letter B.
Oh, is that your final answer na ba, Miss Arian?
Yes, it's my final answer.
Wow! Ang galing talaga pag accountant. Let us see now if your answer is correct. The correct answer is... It is letter B. Congrats, Miss Arian!
Tama na naman. Let's go.
Hey. For the explanation ng answer, let us have AI said to give us an explanation.
Hello! For the question number 3, the correct answer is 104,974 pesos. Interest income or interest earned ng bond investment ay nakukuha by the effect multiplying the effective rate and the carrying amount of the bond. Ngayon naman, sa question, ang bond na na-acquire ni Mrs. Obligado has a carrying amount of 1,049,740 and ang effective interest rate naman ng bond na ito ay 10%. Ngayon, by multiplying 1,049,740 and 10%, we get 104,974. And that amount is the interest income that is earned by the bond investment that is acquired by Mrs. Obligado. Now, ang effective rate naman at nominal rate ay parehas lang or equal if the cost of the bond investment or yung carrying amount ng bond investment ay equal lang sa face amount. Kung ang bond naman ay na-acquire at premium, ang effective rate natin ay mas mababa kumpara sa nominal rate. Ito ay dahil ang premium ay considered a loss sa parte ng bondholder. It is why stated earlier that after the initial cost of the carrying amount of the bond investment, it is gradually either reduced by periodic amortization ng premium. On the other hand naman, if ang bond ay na-acquire at a discount, the effective rate naman ay mas mataas kumpara sa nominal rate. Ito ay dahil ang discount ay kinoconsider as gain sa parte ng bondholder. It is also why stated earlier na either decreased or increased naman by periodic amortization of discount.
Ngayon, Miss Arian, let us see kung meron ba sa crowd natin na nagkamali. And yet another 10 na naman ng ating crowd ang nagkamali. Miss Arian, you just won a total of 30,000 pesos for this round, giving you a total of 55,000 pesos.
Let's go!
Ayan, wag na nating putulin ang excitement. Let us now proceed with the next round. For 4,000 pesos, here is your question. Ayan, Miss Arian, here's your next question. Mr. Hindi Obligado acquired 4 million pesos face value bonds with 10% nominal interest rate payable annually. It cost him 4,171,810 pesos, a price which will yield an effective interest of 8%. An annual installment of 1 million pesos is paid to him at the end of the year, or at end of each period. The bond matures 4 years from the acquisition. How much is the carrying value of the bond at the end of the 4 years period? Ayan. Ang options mo ay A, 0, B, 1 million pesos, and C, 400,000 pesos. Wow, Miss Arian, magkakasunod talaga yung may hirap na question sa'yo. You may now
Uy,
conclude your answer.
sobrang hirap nito. Hindi talaga ako sure sa sagot ko eh.
Miss Arian, let me remind you naman na meron ka pang options instead ng pagbibigay ng answer mo, no? You may utilize it whenever you wish to.
I think I would use one of my other options. I would like to ask the crowd for their answer.
All right. Let us ask two of our crowd for their answer. Crowd number 1, may we know your answer?
Pinipili ko yung letter A kasi I feel I can resonate with that answer. Thank you.
Ayan. Thank you, crowd number 1. Let us now have crowd number 2.
I chose letter B because 1 million is mentioned in the given problem.
Ayan. So, thank you, crowd number 2. Thank you sa mga ating crowd. Now, Miss Arian, one of the two has given yung tamang sagot. What will be your decision?
I feel like for this question, the right way to go is to feel, to resonate. So I'll go with my instinct and choose letter A. Let's go for A.
Miss Arian chose letter A. Final answer na ba yan?
Yes, it's my final answer.
Okay, let's see the correct answer. Your answer is correct. Let us now hear an explanation from our very lovable AI said.
Hello. For the question number 4, the correct answer is 0. For this question, it is important na gumawa tayo ng schedule of amortization which is this table para makita natin ang flow of the carrying amount as we receive interest and, according to the question, principal payment na rin. So, in this schedule of amortization, meron tayong unang column for the date. It starts with the date of the issue hanggang sa maturity date of the bonds investment. Next, meron tayong interest received column. Ngayon, as previously discussed, ang interest received ay nakukuha by multiplying the nominal rate and the face amount of the bonds investment. According to the question, ang face amount of the bond investment initially is 4 million and ang nominal rate natin ay 10%. Then, for the period of 2022, by multiplying 4 million and 10%, we have interest na na-receive which is 400,000. Now, for the interest income naman, according to the question, the bond investment na na-acquire ni Mr. Hindi Obligado has an initial carrying amount of 4,171,810. Now, ang effective interest rate naman ay 8%. By multiplying 4,171,810 by 8%, makukuha natin ang interest income for the period of 2022 na 333,745. Ngayon, since mas mababa ang effective interest rate natin kumpara sa nominal rate, it is considered to be acquired at premium. And hence, meron tayong premium amortization. Ang premium amortization ay nakukuha by subtracting interest received by interest income. So, 400,000 minus 333,745. For the period of 2022, meron tayong premium amortization na 66,255. And second to the last column naman is principal payment. It is given within the question na nakaka-receive ng annual principal payment si Mr. Hindi Obligado na 1 million. Now, to get the carrying amount that to be carried over to the next period, we simply subtract the premium amortization as well as the principal payment na nare-receive to the carrying amount of the previous period. Now, para makuha ang carrying amount for 2023, kailangan nating i-subtract ang 66,255 na premium amortization as well as principal payment na 1 million sa 4,171,810. By subtracting both of that to that carrying amount, makukuha natin ang 305,105,555, which is the carrying amount na magka-carry over to 2023. Now, for the interest received, if you've noticed, from 400,000 for 2023, it became 300,000. It is because, according to the question, may nare-receive si Mr. Hindi Obligado na annual principal payment na 1 million. Now, ang face amount ng bond investment na na-acquire ni Mr. Hindi Obligado was reduced by 1 million. So, from 4 million, naging 3 million na lang siya. And ang nominal rate natin ay 10%. So, by multiplying 3 million and 10%, makukuha natin ang interest received for 2023 na 300,000. Now, for the interest income naman, since ang effective rate natin ay 8%, and ang carrying amount na na-carry over for 2023 at the beginning of the 2023 rather is 3,105,555. Now, by multiplying 3,105,555 and 8%, makukuha natin ang interest income ng 248,444 for the period of 2023. Now, same pattern for the premium amortization. We simply subtract interest income to the interest received. 300,000 minus 248,444. We get 51,556. And then we have a principal payment of 1 million. We subtract both 51,556 to and 1 million to 3,105,555 to get 2,053,999, which is the carrying amount na maki-carry over at the beginning of 2024. Now, we repeat that pattern and ang magiging carrying amount for the date of maturity ng bond investment na na-acquire ni Mr. Hindi Obligado ay 0.
Ayan, thank you AI said. Now, tingnan naman natin, Miss Arian, kung ilan sa ating crowd ang nagkamali. Oh, mukhang 15 ang nagkamali Ngayon, Miss Arian, dahil 15 ang nagkamali sa round na to, you got 60,000 pesos! You now have 115 pesos!
Yay! Ang taas na. Ang galing.
Yes, and it will continue going higher if patuloy na patuloy yung pagtama mo sa pagsagot. Now, magtuloy-tuloy na tayo. For the next question for 5,000 pesos, your next question is Ayan, no, Miss Arian. Yung next question mo are round number 5. According to PFRS 9, paragraph 4.1.2a, a financial asset shall be measured at fair value through other comprehensive income given the following conditions are met, except A. The business model is achieved both by collecting contractual cash flows and by selling or trading the financial asset. B. The financial asset is immaterial. And letter C. The contractual cash flows are solely payments of principal and interest on the principal outstanding. Ngayon, Miss Arian, theoretical question naman ang meron tayo. Take your time bago ka magsagot.
I do know the answer here actually. I was invited to instruct at the university, and this is the exact topic that I got to discuss. My final answer would be letter B.
Wow, napaka-coincidental naman. Ang dami namang ina-attendan ng ating contestant. Ano? I like the confidence. Ngayon, Miss Arian has given her final answer. Tignan na natin ang tamang sagot.
Yes! Oh my god.
Wow! Congratulations, Miss Arian. Tama na naman ang sagot mo. Ngayon, for the explanation, let us have AI said.
Hello. For the question number 5, the correct answer is the financial asset is immaterial. According sa ating PFRS 9, paragraph 4.1.28, ang financial asset dapat ay minimeasure at fair value through other comprehensive income or FVOCI if itong parehong sumusunod na conditions ay nami-meet. Una, ang business model dapat ay naa-achieve by collecting contractual cash flows and by selling or trading yung financial asset. And yung pangalawa naman, the contractual cash flow ay solely para sa pagbabayad ng principal at interest sa principal outstanding. The business model ay ni-include niya ang selling or trading the financial asset in addition sa pagko-collect ng contractual cash flow. Yung interest income ay nire-recognize gamit ang effective interest method or yung amortized cost measurement. Sa pagre-recognize naman, nire-reclassify natin ang cumulative gain or loss na previously na nating na-recognize sa ating other comprehensive income depending on una, if ang dinede-recognize natin ay bond investment at FVOCI, yung gain or loss na nag-accumulate na na-recognize na natin sa ating other comprehensive income ay nire-reclassify natin on either profit or loss. On the other hand, kung ang dinede-recognize naman natin ay equity investment at FVOCI, ang cumulative gain or loss na na-recognize na natin sa other comprehensive income ay nire-reclassify sa ating retained earnings. Hence, the correct answer is the financial asset is immaterial because hindi siya kasali sa mga conditions na mentioned by RPFRS.
Ayan, ngayon, Miss Arian, tignan na natin kung ilan sa ating crowd ang nagkamali. 10! 10 ang nagkamali sa question na ito, Miss Arian, no? You just got 50,000 pesos para sa round na ito. Ngayon may total ka na 165,000 pesos. Pero it is at risk. Let me ask you, Miss Arian, do you want to keep the cash or do you want to keep the crowd?
You know, host, I feel like I can still give it my all. I'm so fired up right now. I will choose to keep the crowd.
Wow! Competitive ang ating Miss Arian. Ngayon, Miss Arian, since pinili mong tumuloy sa paglalaro, it is now down to 1 versus 50. For your next round, Miss Arian, for 6,000 pesos, your question is... Ayan, Miss Arian, no? Ito na ang iyong ika-anim na katanungan. In connection with question number 2, the given are, ito yung mga given sa question number 2 natin, no? 1 million peso face value bonds with 10% interest payable annually. And next is, the cost of the bonds is 900,000 pesos and the effective rate is 12%. The bonds bought by the investor are measured at face value. After 1 year, there was a change in the face value of it. The bonds are quoted at 105%. How much is the unrealized gain for that specific year? Ang options mo ay A, none, B, 50,000 pesos, and C, 142,000 pesos. Ayan, Miss Arian, balik na tayo sa mga computations natin. It seems we have a connected question, Miss Arian. Miss Arian, you may use your time before answering. Sayang, ang laki na ng total mo ngayon.
Actually, meron akong answer sa isip ko, pero I want to assure myself first. I think I'll use other options.
Ooh, what a wise decision, using your other option now. You can still either follow the crowd or trust the crowd. Miss Arian, what options will you use?
I'll go with poll the crowd just to see if my computation is correct. And I would like to know how many answered letter C.
Ayan no, Miss Arian, you choose to poll letter C. Let us now see how many of the crowd chose letter C. Ayan, it seems 35 sa ating crowd ang pumili rin ng letter C. Miss Arian, anong decision mo?
The majority answered the same answer as me, so I'll choose letter C.
Ayan no, the final answer has been given na by our Miss Arian. Tingnan natin kung ano ang tamang sagot. Nice! Miss Arian, tama na naman ang sagot mo. First, let us hear an explanation mula sa ating friendly AI said.
Hi. For question number 6, the correct answer is 142,000 pesos. According to the question, ang face amount of the bond investment is 1 million and ang nominal rate niya ay 10%. On the other hand, ang cost of the bond investment naman ay 900,000 and ang effective interest rate niya ay 12%. To get the unrealized gain, kailangan natin ipag-subtract yung market value at December 31, 2022, which is the date kung kailan na-measure ang bond investment at fair value through other comprehensive income with the carrying amount noong December 31, 2022 as per the table, which is the schedule of amortization. First, para makuha natin yung market value at December 31, 2022, we simply multiply the original face amount of 1 million by 105%, which is the quoted price of the bond investment. 1 million multiplied by 105% will give us 1,050,000. On the other hand, for the carrying amount at December 31, 2022, we need to create a schedule of amortization, which is presented above. At January 1, 2022, the original carrying amount is 900,000. The original face amount of the bond investment is 1 million with the nominal rate of 10%. Multiply those two will give us an interest received of 100,000 at December 31, 2022. For the interest income, multiply 900,000, which is the carrying amount, with the effective interest rate, which is 12%, to get 108,000. It is a discount since mas mataas ang ating effective rate kaysa sa nominal rate. So, we subtract the interest received to the interest income to get the discount amortization of 8,000. Then, since it's a discount amortization, i-add natin siya sa carrying amount for the period, which is 900,000 to get 908,000, because as previously discussed, ang discount ay gain sa parte ng bondholder. Now, meron na tayong carrying amount at December 31, 2022 kung kailan na measure ang bond investment at fair value through other comprehensive income. Now, by subtracting 1,050,000 and 908,000, we get 142,000, which is the unrealized gain from the measurement of the bond investment through fair value through other comprehensive income. Kaya ang tamang sagot ay 142,000.
Ayan, ngayon na, Miss Arian, for the exciting part. Tignan na natin kung ilan sa crowd ang nagkamali for this question. Oh, and it seems na 15. 15 ng ating crowd ang nagkamali. Miss Arian, you just got a total of 90,000 pesos para lang sa round na to. Ngayon, ang total mo na is whopping to 255,000 pesos. Miss Arian, nasa 200,000 ka na. Ayan, mag-proceed na tayo sa next question natin. Miss Arian, for this question, it is worth 7,000 pesos. Your next question is, Miss Arian, ito na ang ating question number 7. Mr. A bought a bond with the following information given. Face amount of bonds is 3 million pesos. Date issued noong January 1, 2022. Nominal rate ay 6%. Ang effective rate naman ay 8%. Interest payable annually tuwing December 31. And yung date na maturity ng ating bonds ay December 31, 2024. Under the fair value option, how much is the market price of the bonds? A. 2,834,000. B. 3 million. And C. 180,000. Ayan, Miss Arian, meron na naman tayong mahirap na question. Let us hear from you, Miss Arian.
Knowing that my computation is correct for the previous round, I'm quite confident with this question. From my computations, the correct answer would be letter A.
Wow! Direct ang answer natin, Miss Arian. I like that. Are you sure ba with your answer?
Yes, I am so sure.
Ang daming so ha. Okay, tingnan na natin kung tama ang sagot mo, Miss Arian. And you are correct. For the explanation then, let us have our AI said.
Now, for the question number 7, we are being asked for the market price of the bond investment under fair value option. Before we straight up go to the market price, let us first discuss what is a fair value option rather. A fair value option, according sa ating PFRS 9, paragraph 4.1.5, pinaprovide nito na ang entity at initial recognition may irrevocably designate a financial asset as measured at fair value through profit or loss, even if the financial asset satisfy the amortized cost or FVOCI measurement. Sabi dito, may chance daw or at initial recognition daw, merong chance na irrevocably na ma-designate ng entity yung financial asset at ma-measure ito at fair value through profit or loss kahit na met ng financial asset na ito ang requirements or conditions na sinat ng PFRS para i-measure ang financial asset at fair value through other comprehensive income. According dito, under fair value option, all changes in fair value are recognized sa profit or loss. Accordingly, any transaction cost incurred is an outright expense. Moreover, yung interest income natin is based on the nominal interest rate rather than the effective interest rate. Now, let's head straight sa pagka-compute ng market price ng bonds. Para ma-compute ang market price ng bonds, ang market price of bonds is equal to the present value of principal plus the present value of the future interest payments, and ang gagamitin natin is the effective rate. Under the question nga, ang effective rate natin ay 8% and ang face amount ng bonds is 3 million. Una, compute muna natin ang present value ng principal, which is the first part of the equation. Kailangan natin ng value of present value of 1 at 8% for 3 periods. Now, it is a given of 0.79, but there is a computation for it which can be easily searched through the internet. Then, to get the present value of principal, we simply multiply the face amount ng bonds natin, which is 3 million, doon sa present value of 1 at 8% for 3 periods, which is 0.79. Multiply those two, and the present value of the principal is 2,370,000. Next, let us compute for the second part of the equation, which is the present value of future interest payments. On this part, ang kailangan naman natin ay yung present value of ordinary annuity of 1 at 8% for 3 periods, since 3 periods nga yung bonds investment rather, and yung present value of ordinary annuity of 1 at 8% for 3 periods. May computation din siya and equation which can be easily searched through the internet. And it is a given here that it is 2.58. Now, to get the present value of future interest payments, we simply multiply the annual nominal interest payment by the present value of ordinary annuity of 1 at 8% for 3 periods, which is 2.58. To get the annual nominal interest payment, we simply multiply the face amount of the bond investment with the nominal rate, since as discussed under fair value option, ang ginagamit natin para makuha ang interest income is nominal rate rather than the effective interest rate. Now, by multiplying 3 million by 6%, makukuha natin ang 180,000. Multiply that by 2.58 and we will get 464,400. Now, since we have both sides of the equation, we can simply add the present value of the principal, which is 2,370,000, at saka yung present value of future interest payment, which is 464,400, para makuha ang market price of bonds, which is 2,834,400. Hence, the correct answer is 2,834,400.
Ayan, thank you AI said no. Ngayon, Miss Arian, tignan na uli natin kung ilan sa ating crowd ang nagkamali. Oh, it seems na 10 sa ating crowd ang nagkamali dito sa question na ito, no, Miss Arian? Ngayon, you just got 70,000 pesos para lang sa round na to. And ang total mo na, Miss Arian, alam mo ba kung ilan na? Ang total mo ay 325,000 pesos!
Oh my God.
Ayan! Tuloy-tuloy na natin. We are now at round 8 na eh. Let us now proceed with the next question. For 8,000 pesos, Miss Arian, your question is... Ayan, Miss Arian. For this round, ang question mo ay, in connection with the previous question given, yung given daw ay, yung face amount ng bonds ay 3 million, yung date issued ay January 1, 2022, yung nominal rate ay 6% pa rin, effective rate ay 8%, and yung interest payable annually ay tuwing December 31. Yung date of maturity naman ay December 31, 2024. Ang tanong, how much is the bond discount? Ang options mo, Miss Arian, ay A, 180,000 pesos, B, 200,000 pesos, and C, 165,600 pesos. I still don't know talaga kung paano mo na-solve tong mga gantong questions, no, Miss Arian. Ang hirap-hirap i-process. Ayan, Miss Arian, take your time.
Thanks host for this question. It is actually quite simple. From my answer dun sa previous round, I'll just subtract it to the face amount of the bond to get my answer. So the answer would be letter C.
Wow! Thank you sa pag-explain, Miss Arian. Pwede mo nang palitan si AI said. Pwede ka pa naming ma-message after the show. Ayan, Miss Arian, tignan na natin kung tama ba ang sagot mo. And yet again, another correct answer! Very proud of you, Miss Arian. Let us now hear from our AI said.
Hi. For the question number 8, the correct answer is 165,600. It is asking how much is the bond discount from the given from the previous question. Now, according from the previous question, the face amount of the bond is 3 million. And as we have computed for from the previous question, the market price of the bonds is 2,834,400. We simply have to subtract the face amount and the market price of the bonds, which is 3 million minus 2,834,400, to get the bond discount of 165,600. Now, if you have noticed from the given, mas mataas ang effective rate kumpara sa nominal rate. And as we have discussed earlier, kapag mas mataas ang effective interest rate kumpara sa nominal rate, it is to be considered to have been acquired at discount. Meaning, since that is the case for this situation, the difference ng face amount and the market price of bonds ay kinoconsider natin as bond discount.
Ayan, thank you AI said no. Let us now see, Miss Arian, kung ilan ang nagkamali para sa question na ito. Ayan, we have 15. 15 ng ating crowd ang nagkamali, Miss Arian. Para sa katanungan ito, you just got 120,000 pesos para sa itang tanong lang, Miss Arian. Ngayon, ang total mo na, Miss Arian, ay 445,000 pesos. Whew. We are now down sa ating last two questions, Miss Arian. Let us now proceed. Tuloy na natin. Tuloy na. For the next question, for 9,000 pesos, here is the problem. Ayan, Miss Arian, here is your second to the last question. Kenneth Kevin Reyes acquired bonds with the given information. Face amount daw ng bonds ay 3 million pesos. Date issued noong January 1, 2022. Ang nominal rate niya ay 8%, ang effective rate niya ay 6%. Ang semi-annual interest ay June 30 and December 30. And ang date of maturity natin, Miss Arian, ay December 31, 2023. Ngayon, ang tanong, how much is the market price of the bonds? Letter A, 3 million pesos. Letter B, 3,116,400 pesos. And letter C, none. Ayan, Miss Arian, you may now answer.
You know what? For this round, I'll choose my other option to trust the crowd.
Wow! Gagamitin mo na ngayon, Miss Arian, no? So, Miss Arian, ginamit mo ang option mo na trust the crowd. Let us now see kung aling answer ang pinaka-pinagbotohan ng ating crowd. Oh, and it seems na most ng ating crowd pinili nila, Miss Arian, ay letter B. Since ang trust the crowd ay an option na automatically, yun na rin yung answer mo sa kung ano ang pinili ng ating crowd. Let us now proceed with seeing kung ano ang tamang sagot. Let us hope na tama ang letter B, Miss Arian. And it is right! Tama siya, Miss Arian! Congratulations! Yan, marinig muna natin ang explanation from our AI said.
Hi! For the question number 9 naman, the correct answer is 3,116,400. It is asking for the market price of the given situation. So, as we have discussed from question number 7, to get the market price of the bonds, we need to add the present value of the principal and the present value of the future interest payments. To get the present value of the principal, we simply have to multiply the face amount of the bonds with the present value of 1. Now, it is at 3% for 4 periods. Why is it at 3% when, as mentioned, the effective rate is 6%? Since mentioned in the given that it is semi-annually paid, meaning for in a year there are 2 considered periods. And because of that, the 6% becomes 3% per period for the whole year. And the 2 periods, the 2 years rather become 4 periods. Now, the present value of 1 and 3% for 4 periods, which has a computation easily searchable online, is equal to 0.89. By multiplying 3 million, which is the face amount of the bonds, with 0.89, we can get 2,670,000. Now, for the present value of the future interest payments, we simply have to multiply the this is a semi-annual payment, rather, we will use semi-annual nominal interest payment. So, by multiplying the face amount of the bonds, which is 3 million, by 4%, which is the nominal rate, 8% divided by 2, 3 million times 4% is 120,000. Multiplying 120,000 with 3.72 will get us the present value of the future interest payments of 446,400. Now, since we have 2 parts of the equation, simply adding the present value of the principal, which is 2,670,000, and the present value of the future interest payments, which is 446,400, we will get the market price of the bonds, which is 3,116,400. Hence, the correct answer for the question number 9 is 3,116,400.
Ayan, thanks AI said. Ngayon, Miss Arian, since tama ang sagot mo, tignan na natin kung ilan sa ating crowd ang nagkamali at mananatili para sa last question mo. Oh, umunti ngayon ah. Miss Arian, 5 ang nagkamali for this answer, no? You just won yourself 45,000 pesos, Miss Arian, para sa round na to. Miss Arian, ang total mo na ay 490,000 pesos. Ayan. Napakalaking risk, Miss Arian. Huwag tayo patumpik-tumpik pa, Miss Arian. Last na question na. Let us now proceed for 10,000 pesos each. Pero Miss Arian, papaalala ko lang na pag tama ang sagot mo dito, you will automatically win 1 million pesos! Ayan! Let us now proceed sa ating last question of the day. Miss Arian, here is your last question. Having the same given mula sa ating last question being, face amount of bonds ay 3 million pesos, date issued noong January 1, 2022, nominal rate ay 8%, effective rate ay 6%, ang semi-annual interest ay June 30 and December 31. Ang date of maturity niya ay December 31, 2023. Miss Arian, ng question, how much is the bond premium? A. 300,000 pesos. B. 140,000 pesos. And letter C, none of the following. Ayan, Miss Arian, we are now down to 1 versus 5. 5 na lang ang tatalunin mo. Miss Arian, if you get this question right, you will win the grand prize of 1 million pesos. Without further ado, let us now hear from you.
For this round, I'll be bold. I'll pick the answer that I will choose for the first time right now. I will pick letter C and risk it all.
Wow! What a bold move from Miss Arian. Pinili niya yung letter C kasi first time niya palang daw mapipili ito. Yan. Ayoko ng suspense. To cut the suspense, let us now see kung tama ba ang sagot mo. Drum roll, please. Oh! And tama! Ang sagot mo, Miss Arian! Oh my gosh! Miss Arian, bago tayo magtuwa, let us now hear from our AI said for the last time.
Hi! For the question number 10, the correct answer is 116,400. As we have discussed from the question number 8, to get the bond discount or premium, we simply have to subtract the face amount and the market price of the bonds. From the given question, the face amount of the bonds is 3 million. And as we have discussed from the previous question, the market price of the bonds is 3,116,400. Now, by subtracting the both, we will get the bond premium of 116,400. Now, applying the same logic as the question number 8, ngayon mas mababa na ang ating effective interest rate kesa sa nominal rate. It is to be considered that the bond investment is acquired through premium, kaya yung difference from the face amount and the market price of the bonds is considered bond premium. Now, to have a further discussion, we will discuss the market price of serial bonds. First, what is the serial bonds? Serial bonds are financial bonds that mature in installments over a period of time. Unlike the typical examples, serial bonds only mature kapag nabuo na yung installments na binabayaran. A given example is this. Ang face amount ng ating bond investment is 6 million. Meron siyang annual installment every December 31 na 2 million, meaning yung bondholder ay nakaka-receive ng installment of 2 million every December 31 para sa payment ng principal. Yung bond investment ay in-issue noong January 1, 2022. Ang nominal interest rate natin ay 12%, and then our effective interest rate naman ay 14%. Now, since meron tayong annual installments, magbabago yung amount ng face amount natin. We cannot simply use one present value of 1 at 14%. Hence, kailangan nating kunin yung tatlo, which is for 1 period, for 2 periods, and for 3 periods. Given here, yung present value of 1 at 14% is at what 1 period is 0.877. For 2 periods, it's 0.770, and for 3 periods, it is 0.675. In simplest approach, you simply have to compute the present value ng annual cash flow from the bonds. So, una, at December 2022, ang principal natin due is 2 million since binabayaran niya tayo ng 2 million na annual investment. And the interest received naman, as we have discussed, we simply have to multiply the nominal rate multiplied by the face amount of the bond, which is 6 million times 12%, makukuha natin yung 720,000, meaning meron tayong merong na-receive yung bondholder na 720,000 pesos na interest. Then, add those two, and yung total cash flows from the bond investment is 2,720,200. Now, for the 2023 naman, ang principal due on December 31, 2023 is 2 million pa rin since ang annual installment nga sa bondholder ay 2 million. Now, for the interest received naman, since yung original face value na 6 million ay nabawasan na ng 2 million at 2022, magiging 4 million na lang siya, and the nominal rate is 12%. 4 million multiplied by 12% is 480,000. Add those two to get the total cash flow at December 31, 2023, and the bondholder received a total of 2,480,400. The same goes for the last. After computing for the total cash flows for each period, we now simply have to get the sum of multiplying the total cash flows for every period by the relevant present value factor. That will result to the market price of the serial bonds. Now, on December 31, 2022, as we have computed earlier, the total cash flow is 2,720,000. And at one period, the present value of 1 at 14% is 8.77. By multiplying 2,720,000 by 0.877, we get 2,385,440. The same goes for December 31, 2023. The total cash flows that we have computed for is 2,480,400. Multiply that by 0.770 to get 1,909,600. And for December 31, 2024, multiply the total cash flows of 2,240,000 by 0.675 to get 1,512,000. Add those three to get the market price of the serial bonds, which is 5,807,040. Now, if you can see, mas mataas ang effective interest rate natin kumpara sa nominal rate. So it is to be expected that the bond was acquired at discount. Hence, by subtracting the original face amount of the bond, which is 6 million, by the market price of the serial bonds, which is 5,807,040, we will get the bond discount of 192,960.
Congratulations, Miss Arian! You just won 1 million pesos! Ano ang masasabi mo?
OMG, thank you so much. This amount will surely help with my trip to Boracay. Oh my God.
Miss Arian, akala ko ba gagamitin mo ang mapapanalunan mo para sa hospital bill ng friend mo?
Oh, regarding the